Okay. क्या करें हम? बैठ जाऊं? चींटियां बैठ जाऊं? अगर मैं गिरी तो मेरा फोन तो गया. मम्मा मम्मा मम्मा. Let's do it. Let's do it. We did it. Okay, so this is the frame. Oh, I love it. I don't know a better place than this to talk about low days. I mean, nature is something that is meant to uplift us. But before that, we feel the worst during our low days. And I think that is a programming in itself. Have you ever questioned that, am I supposed to feel this bad when I'm having a not so good day? Or could there be any other way of treating low emotions? Now, I have been in this journey of self-development, healing, growth for 12 years. And I have learned so many different modalities, and I have gotten even more lost in the process to answer this question that what the do I do with low emotions? And I have been in depression in my early 20s. I was really depressed and anxious and even suicidal at a point for probably 4 years. And you name it, and I have done that thing to heal myself. But still, I never got into a very good relationship with low emotions. I would either try to quickly turn that into something positive. No, we cannot be unhappy. Let's just pivot our thoughts to joy and everything is great in life. I have to focus on my goals. And the organization that I was working with and the people who would work there, they would actually encourage that. No, low emotions are bad. You're not meant to feel bad. I got into another organization or modality, whatever you call it, and they would always be like that low emotions and unhappiness does not belong to you in the first place, and it belongs to somebody else. I just kept trying to do their tools. It was all crap because in the end, I am just suppressing my feeling about feeling bad. I'm just suppressing the meaning that I have given to low emotions. Cut to a point where I learned the art of presence. In a state of presence, nothing is wrong and nothing is right. It just is. Now, in theory, it sounds great, but when you actually start practicing this way of being, life is just another level of bliss. The bliss that you feel when you're in nature, the bliss that you feel when you're in company of somebody you absolutely love and you can trust and surrender in their presence. This video is meant exactly for that. For you to not only go from this low vibration, low emotion state to a high vibration, but also do it in a way that next time when the low vibration or negative mood hits you, you'll be able to process and deal with it in a much better way. I'm going to give you 4 steps, very easy, and all you have to do is just follow those 4 steps and you will be able to get from low emotional state to higher emotional state. But the higher state won't exactly be the same as the one you've experienced before. It will be much higher. How that will happen, we'll get into that in a second. But first, you have to understand that what is your relationship with low emotions? What's your instant reaction to not feeling great? Is it wanting to distract yourself with work, alcohol, sex, or you start sulking and you start feeling that life sucks and it is meant to be this way, you suppress it? What is your first reaction? First, get present to that. And second, understand that this mode of reaction, this mode of response to something that doesn't feel the best comes from childhood, because we all to various degrees were told that we are better people, better kids when we give a good time to our parents, and that's understandable. I'm not really going to debate on that. Or you deserve reward when you are feeling great and you're being happy, chirpy person in the house, raising the vibration, and not when you're being sulky and crying or not feeling good, right? We were even rewarded for changing a mood from feeling sulky to being happy. We were even rewarded with gifts. Now imagine how our psyche is tuned in, how our psyche is programmed. Our brains, our subconscious is fucking screwed up. When it comes to low emotions, it's fucking screwed up. And I'm not saying in a negative way. It's always awesome to acknowledge where you are and what you've been taught. Only then, when you know what's within, you can change that, right? So we're gonna get into these 4 amazing simple steps of how to go from a low vibration state to a high vibration state in a way that you can keep practicing this every time you discover something negative within you. Step 1, acknowledge it for what it is. Now, a lot of times we just tiptoe around negative emotions that if I don't see it, it's not there. It is there. Or we try to suppress it. I want you to face it for what it is. Say it out loud. I feel shitty today. I don't think anything good can happen to my life. I think my life is doomed. I don't think I'm growing at all in life. I think I keep getting back to the state of feeling depressed and feeling unhappy. Everybody is happy around me except for me. Say it out loud. Now, the easiest way you can actually face your real negative emotions is by journaling. It's called a journal dump. Open a journal and puke out all the negative emotions. You know, when I work with clients and when they are not in a very high vibration, we dedicate the initial time of a coaching first to release all the shit from their system, and journal dump is very effective. It may sound too simple, it is, but it's very effective. Step 2, stay present with the negative emotions. Now, it may seem similar to the first step, but it's not. It's sort of like an extension of the first step. And again, this requires some patience and practice. It's not always easy to sit with our negative emotions, especially when our brain is wired to try to constantly change it to something positive, right? I used to hate this advice. Stay present with your negative emotions. And I spent a lot of time, I would say I wasted a lot of time in trying to figure out other ways so that I can quickly get to something positive. Now, I'll tell you in a second why that is in fact not in your favor. So let's explore this step. What you will do is, now that you've acknowledged what you're feeling, you're going to sit with that emotion, right? You're going to sit with the emotion of, let's say, worry, stress, fear coming up, anxiety coming up, sadness coming up, any negative emotion that is coming up, you're going to sit with it. Now, the easiest way to do that, how I used to do, and that it has got me to a point where I can process my negative emotions in a second. A lot of times the processing is happening even when I'm not thinking about it. I'm cooking and negative emotion comes up because my brain thought of something and boom, it's processed already. It just took a lot of repetitions, a lot of practice, and that's it. So it's very simple, which is, now that you've acknowledged, I feel shitty, I feel sad, I feel hopeless, you're going to sit on your bed, on your chair, on the floor, anywhere you're comfortable and cozy, and you're going to feel, where do you feel that in your body? Okay, you're going to recognize that, you're going to identify that. So you may feel, I feel sadness here, I feel anxiety here, right? And all you're going to do is just observe that, right? You're only going to observe that and nothing else. We're not attached to seeing whether it has reduced, it has gone on or not at all. There's no attachment. You're only gonna observe that. Now, step 3, this is the golden step, which is that you're gonna receive the message this low phase, low vibration carries for you. It's not random that you started feeling bad all of a sudden. No emotion is random. Nothing in your life happening is random, you know. Now, a low emotion is there because either a past wound came up that did not get enough space in the past to come up and now it's on the surface. Or you see a gap between you and you. What does that mean? The you which is current you and the you that you want to become. That's the real true self. Now, whenever there's a gap and it's not being addressed, some low emotion would come up. It's just to get your attention, you know. And this phase, this state really has incredible messages for you. Hence, if you hear them, you acknowledge them and you embody them, your growth is gonna be smooth, rapid as fuck, effortless, and inspiring for others too. Now, what does this message even look like? It could be that you are letting somebody else dictate you or dominate you. It could be that you're not listening to your intuition. It could be that you're playing small. It could be that you're not showing up for yourself. It could be that a past wound hasn't healed and it needs to be healed. It's your message. It's your personal insight that no video, no coach, no guru, nobody can give it to you. It's only your internal intelligence system that, boom, it's ready to give you that message. And you will receive that message when you do step 1 and step 2. The natural outcome of that is for you to get that message, but then you got to be receptive. You got to be open. The easiest way to do this is when you are working with a coach. They are unbiased and they are looking at you from a much wider lens, and they can lead you to points where you can retrieve those messages in literally seconds. And I'm able to say that because I have done that training for 12 years, and now I do that for people. And if you want to self-start this step, then what you can do is, when you've done step 1 and 2, open your journal and be open to any insights that come to you and just write them down, right? Keep writing your insights so that you don't miss out on them. So 4th step is about going from low vibration to high vibration. But before that, I'm going to give you an example of my real life experience that just happened regarding the first 3 steps, So I moved to this really beautiful place in Ubud from another very beautiful place in Ubud. Now that's my reality. And what happened was, I started experiencing low emotions out of nowhere. And I was like, yo, my momentum was going on so well, and now I am feeling this. And it was a very strange low state, very strange, very unusual. Like I was feeling like it wasn't too bad, but it was just like stagnant sadness coming up. And what I did was, I let that be. I just kept being present with it. I kept observing what was going in my system while I did my bare minimum duty, so that my life keeps going on, and the commitments that I have for other people, the bare minimum is being done, but not too much. Don't get too dreamy, don't get too active. Just let this state that has come up to be processed. It's there for a reason, and I'm ready to receive the message. And the message that I got was, oh my God, this was life changing. I was allowing one of the relationships in my life to be dominant on me more emotionally than otherwise, and it had to be let go. But I hadn't taken that decision in a long time. I was just constantly delaying it because that meant being uncomfortable with myself, being uncomfortable with the other person, and being uncomfortable with the people who are associated with us, to finally let go of that relationship. And because of this low phase, it actually lasted for 4 days, which is quite long for me at this point. I did take that message, I did act on that message, and it was so freeing. It felt like I've entered into a different dimension of life altogether. So freeing, so freeing. And the outcome of that was, because I stayed present with it, I changed as a person. I got new client, I generated $10,000. I created a trip to another country, to Sri Lanka. It just happened out of nowhere, I met really inclined people, and we're gonna probably collaborate and work together in some capacity or the other. And a lot of amazing stuff happened. Now all of that got unlocked as I was being present with this low phase that came up. I did not judge it, did not resist it, did not suppress it, did not try to change it at all. Got it? So hence, it's really, really, really important. It's in your own favor. It's in your favor. It's in the favor of your higher self. Your past version really wants you to stay where you are because it's more comfortable. You don't have to change anything. But then your higher self is like, yo, bro, I am literally waiting for you to evolve and upgrade your system, your operating system. So now we proceed to 4th step, which is actually tapping into a higher vibration. Now, this one seems the most exciting, but this is the least important when you are in a low vibration. And I'll tell you why. Okay, I won't tell you why. Video lambi ho jayegi. Only and only after you've processed your low emotions, you've gotten your juicy insight, now you're gonna set a new intention. Now this evolved self of you is gonna dream about, okay, this is what I'm choosing. Now it could be, I am choosing more free, wealthy life. Now it may sound too generic, but then when you are evolving, if you don't give yourself a direction point, then it's confusing. You don't know where exactly you're headed to. So set a generic intention: love, wealth, health, joy, blissfulness, peace, intentional living, creative expression. Set an intention for yourself and just let that flow through you. And one thing that helps the most in doing this is being in communities, being amongst people, having friends, having coaches who can hold space for you throughout the entire process, including when you're tapping into higher vibration. So if you don't have people in your life who are the same way, who want more in life, who love joy, who love wealth, who love creation, then please start asking for them, because when you have them in your life, life is just 10x of goodness. And that's why we have a free WhatsApp community of dreamers, of creators, and the messages that we exchange there, the things that we create are phenomenal, and you get to be in company of people who are building something more, and that always adds more to your life. So join that if that resonates with you. The link is in the description. And moreover, we're also coming up with a 4 people power group. It's a program meant for people who are just done playing small and they want fucking big things in life, and they're serious, they're committed about building something meaningful, which not only adds health, wealth, joy to their life, but also creates more impact in the people, because there's nothing more satisfying than doing something of value for somebody else. You know, that's the true juice of creation, that's the true juice of life. Now we're going to be very mindful of who we choose, who we select for the power group. We only have 4 creators in that, so we're going to have a qualification process to get on a discovery call. It's free. You can find the link in the description. You will get on a call with me, and we're going to take it from there. Sending you so much love and joy and happiness, even in your low phase. I know it can be very difficult, but this is going to pass. Everything is temporary. Thank you. Bye-bye.